little square, there is a small park that is seldom crowded. Here and there, a pair of young lovers strolling, a mother teaching her child to take its first steps, the inevitable failures cushioned by the soft green grass. A dog owner throwing a stick for his faithful friend to fetch, which he does, faithfully and interminably. A young girl calling out, "Fresh flowers for sale," which is only partly true. They're for sale, but they aren't exactly fresh. Still, it's a rather peaceful, lovely, and quiet setting. Certainly one would never suspect this charming little spot would soon turn into a battlefield, which it did, with marked regularity each Tuesday afternoon at 3. It was a quiet war. There were no guns, no booming cannons, no stomping feet, but nonetheless, a war. The adversaries were 2 aged and retired officers, one military, the other naval. They had served their country long and with distinction, and now, in the twilight of their lives, still had flickerings of sparks igniting their passions, if alas, no fires were ever started. We're fortunate. Today is Tuesday, and the time you've just heard. I'd best move along, because the bench I am sitting on is the field of battle, and I have no wish to get caught in the crossfires. I'll wait from the safe sniffs, there, by the children's swings. Approaching from the east comes the army, from the west the navy. If I had a drum, I would roll it.
Cool weather we're having today.
It's warmer than yesterday.
They say it may rain.
The sun's coming. I can see it.
So, it's your turn. Pick a subject.
I've got one.
A good one?
In my opinion, yes.
All right, what is it?
Lunch.
Lunch. Your subject is lunch.
It's my turn, isn't it? I pick lunch.
Not much of a subject in my opinion. But if it's lunch, it's lunch. Go ahead, start.
Are you ready?
Would I say start if I weren't ready? Start means I'm ready. Go ahead, start.
Very well. In my opinion, the best appetizer is herring.
Wrong.
Wrong. Herring is not the best appetizer?
It's good. I didn't say it wasn't good, but it's not as good as caviar.
No, you're wrong. Caviar is too rich for an appetizer. It's an appetizer that should be reserved for special occasions, with a little champagne, a snack, maybe. An appetizer, never.
Are you telling me that fresh caviar, finely chopped eggs, raw onions garnished with parsley, and served on lightly salted wafer-thin biscuits isn't a good appetizer?
Do you want to compare it with herring in white cream sauce, marinated onions, 2 large black olives sitting on either end of the plate, sprinkled with dill, and one final piece of fresh baked brown bread to soak up the drippings of all of it in one final succulent mouthful?
You argue well. I could see the appetizer.
Why, thank you. The next course is soup.
I don't think we'll have any argument here. Borscht.
Borscht? For all the soup in God's creation, you pick an ordinary dish of borscht?
Not in a dish, in a bowl, and there is nothing ordinary about piping hot borscht, prepared with sweet sugar beets, Ukrainian style, and served with country ham and sausages. Now, are you prepared to challenge a soup like that?
Why, yes, I am. I would sooner take a cabbage soup with thick chunks of meat still hanging from the bone with boiled potatoes, and sooner than a cabbage soup, I would take a full-bodied vegetable soup with asparagus, celery, and fresh cauliflower, and sooner than a vegetable soup, I would take a fish soup with tripe and giblets floating on top so thick you'd have to push your way into the soup.
Wait a minute. I am not talking about your run-of-the-mill served in a restaurant ordinary type of soup. I am talking about peasant borscht, the type you eat with a pound of hot cornbread in your left hand and in your right a thick, heavy wooden spoon.
A wooden spoon, you say?
Mm-hmm.
But you didn't say a wooden spoon before. I concede to the soup.
Accepted.
How do we stand?
You won the appetizer, I won the soup.
To hear it's a very close lunch.
Next course is fish.
Well, we can forget about the fish. I don't really care for fish.
You don't like fish?
Well, I'm not really dead set against it. It's all right in a great while. It just never really satisfies me. To me, the best part of lunch is the roast. Mention a fish, then we can move on to the roast.
Pike. A nice piece of pike.
I think carp is better.
But you already conceded the fish.
I don't fine pike, a very tasty fish.
Are you telling me that nice piece of pike with stewed tomatoes and covered in a mushroom sauce isn't a tasty fish?
It's tasty if you smother it with carp broiled in lemon juice.
You already conceded to the fish. I thought you didn't like fish.
Maybe it's only the ones that you like that I don't like.
You are purposely doing this.
You accuse me of being false to my taste. Dishonor me.
I dishonor no one. I call for stalemate on the fish.
So soon? Why give up now? There are so few fish that I like.
Very well, very well. Fillet of sole cooked in white wine and grapes.
Sea bass and black bean sauce.
Stalemate! Stalemate!
All right. Don't get yourself so excited. We still have a roast to get through.
Very well. What do you contend for the roast?
I contend that there's nothing better than horseradish with peas, beans, and cold spring wine. I can smell it now.
Oh, boy.
I can barely contain my mouth from dripping with saliva.
Herring, borscht, and boiled beef. It's a meal for the cold and hungry foot soldier. I could challenge so many things with boiled beef. I could challenge it with a hen.
A hen, you say?
Yes, a thick, white-breasted, meaty hen.
Yes, a hen is always nice.
I could challenge your boiled beef with a turkey.
A turkey, you say? Yes.
But I'm not going to do it. I challenge your boiled beef with a duck.
A duck?
Yes.
You see, I didn't think of a duck. What kind of duck?
A duckling. A round, plump duckling. One that has had the
I
first...
concede to the duck.
It's had the first taste of ice in the frost.
I concede, I said.
And the duck is basking in the juices of
How many
Spanish...
times do I have to concede? You're getting back at me for not liking the pike.
If you don't try it sometime in butter and oil, you won't find it so silly and untasty.
I refuse to argue with anyone.
Very well. Do we want to go to dessert?
Yes.
All right.
I'm going first. Let's see. For dessert, I choose.
Yes.
I choose for dessert.
Come on, out with it.
Stop rushing, man. I want to end the perfect meal perfectly.
Ugh.
I choose for dessert.
Cold peaches, sweet cream, and brandy.
Hey, that's fine. You can't take my dessert. I choose cold peaches, sweet cream, and brandy.
I can take it if it takes you an hour to think of it. For the perfect meal to be perfect, it's not only about what is served, it is about when it is served. If I waited for you, I would be hungry all over again.
That was unfair.
Not really. So are you through with arguing?
Are you through with choosing?
Why, yes, we could follow cold peaches, sweet cream, and a brandy.
A cigar. A big black Pantanal cigar. Followed by a 2-hour nap.
A cigar? How could I forget the cigar?
And when you wake up, a mint. A white, sweet, tangy mint kills the entire sour taste in the mouth.
How could I forget the cigar and the nap?
And as you wake up, the afternoon paper, a blanket across your lap, a dog to rub your toes on. And as you're warmed to the perfect temperature, you read only good news in the paper. France is having political trouble. They're starving in Ireland. England is having a political crisis.
All right, you don't have to rub my nose.
But here, all is good. All is good. And you doze off into the perfect sleep. But wait, a letter comes in the mail that says that the Tsar has awarded you another medal. And now you go to sleep with nothing to do that evening until the perfect dinner is served. What? You want to challenge me to the perfect dinner? I accept. First course, hors d'oeuvre.
It is my turn to choose the subject, not yours.
Very well, that's all right. I'm not feeling well. A little chilly, perhaps.
You look quite pale. You should go see a doctor.
Maybe I'll drop in on Dr. Wyszynski.
Wyszynski? The butcher? Why, he knows about as much as doctoring as my 3-year-old granddaughter.
Are you trying to tell me that you know a better doctor in Russia today than Wyszynski?
Do you challenge me?
I challenge you. But not today. Next week.
Next week it is.